What is going on, everyone? Real Agent Adam here, and I wanted to give my thoughts on the current state of the market and what's going to happen over the next 6, 12, 18, and 24 months. So I know that there's a ton of speculation out there right now. Is the market going to crash? And well, that's a great question. Is it going to crash? Nobody knows for sure, of course, but I personally think that it's not going to crash, and let me tell you why. So the last time that we had a huge market crash was 2008 to 2012. We had the Great Recession of our time, and there was a lot of really poor and malpractice happening going on in the lending industry during that time period, which led to that crash. We had stated income loans happening. We had things that just never should have been happening in the first place, which led us to a hyperinflated market. There were way more buyers in that market than there ever should have been, and because of that, we ended up with a huge market crash when all of those banks had to come to fruition with all of those people who were getting foreclosed on their mortgages. Well, this time around, that is not the case. This time around, we have simple supply and demand economics that led us to where we are now as a result of COVID, a shortage of house building over the past decade plus, which was a result of the previous crash. Ever since then, all of the incentives that they've had to build homes have gone away after that recession happened, and builders just haven't built enough homes ever since then. That, coupled with the built-up, pent-up demand that was happening over the 2020 crisis through COVID, and all of the extra money that has been put into the market and into the economy through all of the stimulus checks that we've gotten during this time, has really increased that buyer demand that we've seen, while simultaneously not allowing us to have enough inventory on the market. Also, during COVID, we had that whole period of no foreclosures being able to happen, and that also led to more lack of inventory. Because of all of the prices going up so high and so dramatically, we also lost out on a lot of those foreclosures. They just never ended up foreclosing because those people ended up gaining enough equity into the home that they no longer had to be foreclosed upon. They could actually just sell the home outright without having to foreclose. We also didn't have any short sales because of that same reason. And that has all led to the very small amount of supply that we currently have on the market. Now, throughout the next 6, 12, 18, and 24 months, we're going to continue to see a low amount of inventory in the market because now we're in this scenario, for one, where foreclosures are not coming out in the rate that we thought they might be. We're actually still back doing 2019 and 2020 foreclosures, and they're trickling out very slowly, not enough at a rapid pace in order for us to be able to make up for the deficit that we already have. Also, everybody that bought between 2020 and 2021 has realized the lowest interest rates in all of recorded history. There's never been interest rates as low as that period of time, and myself, I'm included in that kind of group of people. I got my property at a 2.99% interest rate, and well, because of that, guess who's not going to be moving for a substantial amount of time? This guy and a lot of other people out there are not going to be making a move because they don't want to get rid of that low interest rate. And hey, I can't blame them because I'm in the same boat and I completely understand it. So that, with the lack of inventory that's already available, is also keeping some people from making the move, even if they wanted to make that move, because there's no house that they can have. So this problem isn't going to stop anytime soon, and that's the main driving factor as to why I don't think the market's going to crash, because in order for it to crash, we're going to have an excess of supply. Even though demand is coming down a little bit, we have 5 times or more buyers out there in comparison to the houses that are available. So let's say even if we go with half the amount of buyers that are out there currently, because of interest rates climbing over the next several months to several years, we still are going to be at 2.5 times the amount of buyers than there are homes on the market. So we would have to see a substantial, I'm talking substantial, decrease in buyer demand in order for those prices to start dropping. We may see across some different states and some different marketplaces some $5,000, maybe $10,000 on your really expensive homes, $30,000, $50,000, maybe even $100,000 on your $1 million plus homes, going down in price. But we're not going to see any substantial decreases that are going to be noteworthy enough that we can call it a market crash. So all of those factors combined, I truly do not believe that we are going to see a market crash. I also can back this up with other data points that I've seen, trends that are happening, and also there's tons of other people that are giants in this industry that are saying the same things that I'm saying, and I'm getting some of my facts from them as well. So guys, I don't want to burst your bubble if you're waiting for the market to crash, but I want to give you my honest opinion here, and I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see the market crashing. I don't see us burning and going to the ground. What I see is actually kind of the opposite. I actually see us gaining steady equity over the next several years, but back more to normal levels. I'm going to see, anywhere from that 2 to 6% increase in equity over the next 2 to 3 years. And I think we're going to get ourselves to a nice steady and even market here within the next 24 months. Maybe not completely even, but definitely a lot more even than where we've been. And I just wanted to get out there, put that on record for everybody, so that way I can figure out in a couple years if I'm right or wrong. So I'm going to be really interested to see how this all plays out. Of course, just like anybody else, I don't have a crystal ball and I don't know the answer for sure, but these are my thoughts and I just wanted to leave you guys with them. So, Real Agent Adam here, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.